Larry, what do you remember most about your experience with the band back in 1968 and 69?
I remember how excited I was originally when I found out we'd be recording an album. I was in college at the time and studying, of all things, chemistry. Uh, Not really interested in chemistry, but I did well in school anyhow because I had an analytical mind. I was very good at math. But music was always my first love. Um, Fear of failure is basically what kept me from thinking about it in terms of a career at that time. And originally it started that I studied classical piano all through high school, starting at age 7, actually. And, at the time, instead of using my time practicing, I used to just improvise and make up melodies because I always had a good ear for that. I remember vividly when the band started preparing to record the album, the first album. That's what inspired me to start writing actual songs instead of just improvising as I did earlier. And this determination to write continued and actually grew stronger as we started preparing for the second album. And then the experience in the studio, that was quite eye-opening, actually. Remember first hearing my voice played back through the studio speakers and couldn't stand it. I hated the way it sounded. But I knew exactly what I didn't like about it, so I was pretty determined I would figure out how to make myself a better singer, which I did work on little by little throughout the rest of my life. I got my bachelor's degree in chemistry in 1969, and after which I worked for exactly 3 months during that summer as a laboratory assistant. And that was exactly how long my career as a chemist lasted, 3 months. I realized I had no real aptitude for that field. So I moved to the Boston area in 1970, after which I worked a few odd menial jobs for a couple of years till I got my first steady gig. That was in 1973. I wound up playing with a house band in a seedy barroom that, now that I think of it, reminds me of the movie Roadhouse. And it was in that band that I became close with a couple of guys, Fran Sheehan and Sib Hashin, who later went on to be part of the band Boston. I never looked back since that time, back in 1973. And I always somehow managed to make a living by making music from that point on. And I have to say my experience with the Rainbow Press really helped me realize just how closely my soul was entwined with the need to make music and do what I love to do best. And I love the fact that the band is continuing to rock on after all these years. It's a great thing.
So how did your experience with the Rainbow Press in 1969 compare with your experience now?
I remember when we were working on our early albums that Marc and I, for the most part, always wrote songs separately. Whereas the new album has definitely been more of a collaborative effort with the whole band. The title track of the album, Only Love Is the Truth, actually started as a very rough draft of a song that I had written. And then Marc took it, and Marc and I just went back and forth with it many times until the song was hardly recognizable from its original draft. And then Joe and Charles added their smooth harmonies on top on the chorus, and here we have it.